NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Let's keep this party going from Knoxville, opening game of the regional round for North Carolina out of the ACC, and the big bats of Ohio State repping the Big Ten. Taking a look at the regional bracket, the number 7 overall seed Tennessee Lady Vols make quick work of Miami of Ohio in the first Lion at Marshall, then played for her there with the Herd, and then followed her to Chapel Hill as that went in and out of the glove of Sammy Buick over at third base, and Alex Coleman, the leadoff, is aboard. Reached that mark and just continuing to build off the 30-win season from 2024 as Lexi Roberts lays down the sacrifice bunt beautifully and beats it out. They say she's safe at first.
Again, with Lauren Boutte in the circle, has done this year. So impressive.
And she gets Kat Rodriguez to strike out. Well, when
Buatte's teammates talk about facing her in scrimmages and practices, this is a very tough arm to square up.
And squaring up that first pitch is Sanaa Thompson to load the bases for Carolina.
Filled moments, very even keeled in the circle. Highs aren't too high, lows aren't too low.
And the 1-2 offering, and she gets Myrtle looking. And what a story of resilience as she sends this one flying into center field, giving chase over the head of Skylar Lamone. And that's a bases clearing double for Pierce. (3-0) Tar Heels. Another look.
And she leads this team in doubles. This is her 19th double of the year. Dead center field, deepest part of this park, and a one-hop off the wall.
Graduate student out of Oakboro. Lone season with the Tar Heels as a grad transfer from UVA.
And Shelby Barbie, who takes her free walk.
About enough. 43 wins on the season. 20 have come via the run rule. First 40-win season in a long time. And Boutte strikes out Blackwell, but not before. It's North Carolina jumping in her new digs at Ohio State. This one into foul territory. Roberts is there to collect it. One away. National Player of the Year. To come in and say, I'm not really focusing on home runs. It's kind of crazy to hear, but the effectiveness of Kenna Ray Dark to go right after Burn. New look Big Ten, the additions of some national champions in UCLA and Washington. And quarter cracks. Skies this one in the right. And 3 up, 3 down. To Ohio State, they've won it in a number of different sports. Softball is ready to level up, and Grace Jackson, a 9-hole hitter who transferred in as a graduate from Princeton.
Now, why championships aren't being collected here? Let's change that.
Alex Coleman doing a great job laying down the sack bunt and moving Grace Jackson into scoring position. Welcome.
And when you've got the speed, you can do it all.
First pitch swinging from Lexi Roberts, and see the stretch there from Milliken at
in the third base coaching box.
Second time, Kat Rodriguez having an opportunity to drive in a run, and Caitlin Farley snags that opportunity as good defense. Your spouse every day as Reagan Milliken lifts this one in the right field, keeps sailing into the bleachers, and a solo shot to put Ohio State on the board. And how appropriate, it's via home run. 19th of the season for Reagan Milliken, the senior.
I mean, just The fundamentals and mechanics of that swing is textbook. I mean, put on a clinic, Reagan Milliken. Beautiful cut, long through the strike zone, but short barrel to the ball. And an opposite field bomb. You know how much strength and lower body force that takes?
You don't focus so much about what's happening, you focus on what's next. And how about Kenneray Dark looking for the next batter as she strikes out Caitlin Farley.
All Americans that have come through that program, and
that one just kind of ate up. Shelby Barbie at third base, and Sammy Buick is standing in at second.
all gas, no Quartercracks is one of those that said, hey, you know, 2K is one of those coaches that I wish I could have had 4 years with. I don't, but it has made me appreciate the few seasons I did have, the one season I do have with her.
With 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right over to Myrtle at first base. So the ground out and 2 down. Three home runs, 14 RBI in that process, and sending that one deep into right. On the warning track is Alex Coleman to collect the 3rd out of the inning. A couple of runners left on base with a tattoo of her face.
Her face.
All over
her
their
headshot.
body. Yeah, her headshot. Yeah. But that's the love that they have for her indeed, as first pitch swinging in Thompson. Want to welcome you into the Knoxville Regional between Ohio State and North Carolina, alongside
love and the loyalty that this young woman has for this program.
Nice flash of the leather from Lauren Boutte, and the freshman pitcher helps her own. Calls a 1-2-3 inning. Big bats from Buckeyes coming back. The #1 overall seed, Texas A&M. Hadley Parisian back to the top of the order, and she flies out 1 down.
This 12. There's a lot of ties just in this site.
The grounder picked up by Shelby Barbie, but Carly Myrtle could not hold on to it, so Jasmine Burns. The pitch. Reaches out to get that one. Barbie. And they are not able to turn the double play, but they're able to get the lead runner at second base, and it's 2 away.
Asking
Here, 4th this year, so they came in with that why not us attitude, and deep into the 5-6 hole, and Reagan Milliken is 2 for 2 today. 2 out base hit. And there into right field, the base hit, the cutoff, and coming across the score is Quartercracks pointing out Caitlin Farley, saying thanks ma'am. The RBI single for the senior Caitlin Farley.
this is the beauty of getting some ducks on the pond in front of you, is that all it takes is a ball through the infield.
Now for Ohio State, one coming off the bat of Buick the last time with the double, this time flies out. And that ends the inning, but Ohio State cut the deficit to 1.
Straight to the point.
For this North Carolina team, put up 3 runs, as we mentioned, in the first inning. And popped out in the infield is Shelby Barbie, and 1 away.
Nobody docked me for that.
Back up the middle. Off the 2-2 count from Blackwell.
It's going to hit you at the plate.
The pitch to Jackson. The chopper over to second. Coming and charging is Farley. And she gets the speedster Jackson 2 away. Now runner moving into scoring position will give in making the transition into the college game. There's a two-out walk to Alex Coleman.
Left fielder, number 14.
And so often you hear that from at first, Blackwell standing at second. 2 out, the pitch. And back-to-back walks given up by Lauren Boutte. That loads the bases for North Carolina. They've been held scoreless.
And since stepping into the Carolina blue, it's been a fit for this young woman.
Well, Boutte gets the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. Out, bases loaded, but nothing doing for Carolina.
Been just smooth sailing. The thing I also thought was, I wrote this down and highlighted. She called them daily deposits. We are a team of daily deposits. Dark, so if it's not shrimp, are you?
So I love salmon, but if you've ever had sheep's head or mangrove snapper, whew, money. Giving chase, great effort from Lexi Roberts in left field. Covered a lot of territory. And collects
Virginia team.
Okay, Ospreys.
2-1 win.
Ospreys.
We've already got some upsets rolling in.
The 3-0 pitch, and Cruz lists this one into right, giving chase it over the wall in right center. Cruz keeps on cruising by, 16th home run. Tie ball game off the solo shot from Cruz.
Second home run of the evening for Ohio State. I mean, this is who they are. This is what they do. Another opposite field bomb, first from Reagan Milliken, now coming at the bottom of the order for Taylor Cruz, her 16th of the season.
Third time that these two are facing off in the NCAA tournament. I mentioned the previous 2 instances back at the 2019 regional here. And Parisian flies out, but not before top 8 teams will face off, and this one sent flying over the left field scoreboard off of Sanaa Thompson. The solo shot answering back. And once again, putting the Tar Heels in the lead. Oh, yeah. Did you see that elevation? A full launch.
That's her 9th home run of the year. And I mean, does it get more timely than this? Ohio State tying up the ball game in the 4th, and the first pitch she sees, she sends not only out of the yard, but she clears the scoreboard. Did that hit the train back there?
Yeah, it may have.
Wow.
And Carly Myrtle on the warning track. Lamone hauls it in.
Pierce is so patient at the plate, finds her way on a walk to set the table.
Again, we talked just about the hitting mind and offensive guru for this bunch. This is popped up in the infield and 2 down. Well, Sunday night, just give me the regular stuff.
We got to have the sweet and savory
sausage
moment here. What about balsamic? Like a balsamic chicken red onion moment?
Margarita pizza?
Yes, we like margarita too, yes. Kind of credit that she deserves. The bottom of this order does a really good job at turning this lineup over.
And the 5 unassisted put out there from Sam.
Error was collected, but this was the defensive alignment where Farley and Kortokrax swapped positions at second and shortstop, and they're saying that that was an illegal substitution.
And Jackson pokes it in, a great diving effort by Hadley Parisian. They said defense had to show up here in Knoxville, and a huge diving catch from Hadley Parisian to put an emphatic close to the inning. Jackson retired off the diving effort of Hadley Parisian. Great D. trust has produced an outstanding season for the senior, as this one was tattooed from Jasmine Burns. And Jazzy Burns brings the home run total to 140 this season. And she just keeps this year.
She's the best to do it on this team. She throws the barrel at this ball. This is low and away. That is not a bad pitch from Dark. That's what's so scary about this team, is the fact that they not only can protect the strike zone, but they can hunt pitches even outside of that textbook strike zone. I mean, this is yet another opposite field home run for Ohio State.
North Carolina knotted in a tight one here in the bottom of the 5th.
It's just a matter of time before Jasmine Burns was going to find that.
Been able to answer a couple of times. And now on that 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and back-to-back walks given up by Rogers.
Looks like we may have another change in the.
Southpaw to the lefty hitter. And Farley keeps trailing back. And both Thompson and Lexi Roberts going for it, tagging up wisely and moving all the way to third base. The Buckeye Ohio State has scored a run in each of the last 4. And Buick flies out to right. Is it going to be deep enough? I don't think so. And Quartercracks trots back to third. And Caitlin Clark and the Fever hosts Angel Reese in the Sky. An excellent start as Morgan Fry unloads deep into center field, over the fence back there near the flags. No doubt about that one from Fry. 4 home runs today for Ohio State, and they take the lead off of that double.
It doesn't even feel real for us to recap the uptick of these season highs, player to player. 4 home runs now for Ohio State, the 24th for Jasmine Burns. Now the 12th for Morgan Fry. I mean, these numbers are just mind-boggling.
At the plate, that is not disappointed. Excellent pitching. And the star, Carlin Pickens. And how about the bunt laid down by Skylar Lamone? And they call her safe at first. The slight hesitation there from Jerry Jones. And Lamone.
Milliken.
And a high fly ball in the outfield. And that ends the inning. But not before Coleman. She's reached based on an error and a walk, and here flies out or lines out to collect the first out. We heard her coach yesterday continue to talk about is she walks Lexi Roberts, the 1-out walk to Roberts.
Second baseman, number 33, Cat.
Defensive change of note after Quartercracks collects out number 2. Again, back to the position that we saw from the start of the game, where it remains. And taking off and tagged out in time. The put out from behind the plate of Jazzy Burns, and nobody's more excited than Cammie Court. Well, what's the mentality or mindset when you're going up to the plate for a lot of these hitters? They say, just don't think, just do, just like that. Hadley Parisian says, add my name to that list. 5 jacks today for the Buckeyes. Let's put this in perspective, okay? Last year, this group had 65 home runs as a team and 42. So we're talking about nearly double what they did last year.
It's her
Kumar effect.
20th home run of the year. She's the leadoff for this team. I mean, those are just cuckoo numbers. When you think 1 through 9, we've seen a home run now from the leadoff, the 2-hole, the 4-hole, the 7-hole, and the 9-hole, Tiffany. It's 1 through 9.
And this one just ran out of here. And it also stayed up so she could admire it in the process. Jazzy Burns, back-to-back innings, home runs, solo shots. Into so many teams because of this electrifying offense.
Burns bomb ×2. That's the 25th of her season. 2 so far tonight against North Carolina. Keep in mind, she struck out her first at-bat. Back in the first inning, she reached base on an error.
Whole day of softball is just, what do you want to take in? And that Miami of Ohio team is eager as quarter cracks caught looking. So Parrish, first batter she faces. Fighting away, handcuffed inside and 2 down. Going back to your playing days, if
Tournament left, I definitely don't get that sense that North Carolina is waving a white flag here. It's knowing a little bit of the reality of who you're facing. So much power in Ohio State.
Well, Lily Parrish, and as Sanaa Thompson gets aboard with the leadoff walk here. And trailing by 5 runs.
Thompson to find her way on a base on ball. You're exactly right. The only way to come back from a 5-run deficit is to pass the bat.
Coming in charging is Taylor Cruz, out in right to retire. Kiana Pierce, good piece of hitting, pulls it into right, and the runner falls down and tries to avoid the tag, caught in the rundown, and Thompson is retired. Meanwhile, Pierce wisely moves to second.
Third baseman, number 2, Shelby Barbie.
And Shelby Barbie lifts this one. The flag's flying out. Give it chase, and it's over the wall in center field. So hold up. Wait a minute. North Carolina not done yet. And you've got to think that if Thompson were to have remained another run closer.
Again, this is just the importance of base running. I will tell you, Tiffany, if there is one thing in this sport that I think is not talked about enough that can make or break ball games, it's smart base running. And this is a beautiful example. If Thompson is able to really play it with this game and slam the door shut, looks like she maybe gets on autopilot here.
Handled by quarter cracks, the defense backs her up, and that's ball game. 7th regional opening win for Ohio State, the first time since 2019 when they downed North Carolina. But the awesome effort of the Buckeyes at the plate, tying an NCAA tournament record with 6 home runs today. Jazzy Burns responsible for 2 in a 9-6 victory for Ohio State. So they will face off in the first game tomorrow against number 7 Tennessee at noon Eastern.